On July the 25th, I had my last meal at home. The flight was on the 31st, but I was leaving to spend 4 days with my scout group, offering our service in a mountain hut in the Alps. I would have felt really bad if I had missed that incredible adventure. My family picked me up on the 13th, and we stayed at the friend's house who lives close to the airport. I can't explain what I felt when I first saw the US from the plane. I'd never been so far away from home, and that was just the beginning. Since a couple days later I found myself in Times Square. Man, I love the welcome days. Eventually, after a delayed flight, doesn't matter, on August the 3rd I got to meet my host family, who was waiting for me at the airport with a big, easily recognizable sign. Even though I was really tired, when they asked me if I wanted to go hang around in downtown, I said yes on day one. I fell in love with Coeur d'Alene from the first sunset. It's a fabulous town by the lake. Coeur d'Alene is in Idaho, close to the border with Washington State. I'll never forget the first day, my crappy English, and my first s'mores. A couple days later, we left Coeur d'Alene to go to a family meeting in southern Idaho. I was starting to realize that the US are really big. After 8 hours road trip, we were still in Idaho. Since my host family knew that I like camping and hiking while we were in southern Idaho, we went to the Grand Teton National Park. It's an amazing place with stunning landscapes and beautiful hikes. I also met Bob the Ranger. On the way back, we fell asleep in the car. At home, a neighbor told me that I could borrow his road bike, and I didn't wait long before claiming it. And since I like being autonomous, it became my main mean of transport. I was also asked to describe how is scouting like in Italy in front of a Boy Scout of America Court of Honor. That was cool. Then I started the cross-country practices and the first meetings. I was loving it, but long story short, I suffered very bad shin splints and we didn't manage to qualify for state in October. That was the most complicated moment of my exchange so far. But hey, there is much more I want to tell you about. For example, my family took me to Silverwood, an amusement park where my host siblings worked last summer. Then school started, I met a lot of people and I easily became friends with some of them since we share the same interests. For example, I went mountain biking with Luke and he also invited me to go boating with his family. I dressed up for Spirit Week at school and then I went to homecoming with a super sweet girl and a huge group of other friends. We dropped my host sister Robin to her college and we stopped in Yellowstone for the weekend. No words can properly describe the beauty of those landscapes. It's like being on another planet. Then we came back home, it started snowing and I was really excited. I went apple picking and an old lady gave me these amazing suspenders, or you can call them PCPD if you're a real American. One day I'll tell you why. I sometimes cook for my host family like apple cake, pasta and lasagna. I help them fixing the car brakes and the car handle. I really love working on cars. Some friends invited me to Scarywood, the amusement park, but in the spooky season version, full of actors dressed up like monsters that try to scare you. I carved my pumpkin and I'm pretty proud of it, and on Halloween I went trick-or-treating with a bunch of friends. What else did I do? Well, I helped my drama teacher painting the set for the school play, and then I was cold, I was doing homework. Yeah, I have homework in my American high school. And last week I won the district drama competition, and in a couple weeks we'll perform a state. Cool, huh?
Are you ready?
Ready?
George, you're actually out here. I know. Matt, you just gave up on going after the ball.
Okay.
This is the port shoulder. Okay?
Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah.
You have to take a picture?
Yeah, I